Good morning, students. Next topic is the third topic, current electricity. Current and electricity also we can call or electric current. In the previous topics, the first two topics related to electrostatics. Static means stationary charges. In the case of the electrostatics, we have discussed in two parts. One is that charges, electric charges and electric fields. And the second part is capacitance and potentials and capacitance. Capacitor potential and potential capacitance. These are related to electrostatic. Static means stationary. We are discussing about the charges at rest, their properties. When they are charges at rest, what are the properties they produce? No, that we discuss in the first two topics. Next, third topic is what happens when charges are in motion. During motion, here charges have to be transferred. There is also motion is there, but we are not discussing details that. We are talking when they are stationary, what effects we find. Only we discuss in the previous topics. Now we are going to discuss if the charges are in motion, then what happens? Whenever anything is moving, it is called as a current. Any particle is moving in a particular direction is called as a current. Water particle is moving in a particular direction. In the river flow, water moves in one direction from more height to less height. That is called as a water current. If your air is traveling from one direction to air molecules are flowing, moving in one direction to other direction, that is the pressure difference. Wherever the air molecules are moving in the particular direction, it is called as air current. So this current is related to the movement in a particular direction. So if the electrons are moving in a particular direction, then we call it as an electric current or current electricity. It is called as electrostatics and current electricity, interrelated things. In the case of the electric current, charges are in motion. We discussed about the conductors and insulators. In the case of the conductors, electrons are loosely bound to the atoms, can move freely from one atom to other atom. If I take the metal plate, any metal, electrons are loosely bound from one atom to other atom, and they move randomly, even without applying any battery potentials or without applying any electric fields only. The electrons move randomly from one atom to other atom, randomly. So many atoms are present, millions of atoms in the metal surface, metal plate, and the electrons move randomly on their own for conductors. They are loosely bound, just like the air molecules we discuss. Air molecules, if you take in the room, it's going to stay at that place. Depending on the temperature of the room, they move randomly. If we put an air molecule here, if you leave it, it won't stand here forever. Okay, it goes randomly in all directions. That is when compared with the electron motion in the conductors. Randomly they move and collide with the atoms and still collide and move and collide and collide, they move randomly. There is no specific direction of the most of the charges. Means what? Today's controlled current electricity means what? The charges move only in one direction. They don't move in one direction. They move randomly. That means 10 electrons going to the right side, 10 electrons going to the left side. So net current will be always zero. Charges should move only in one direction. Then we call it as a current. So current is not there here. Conductor electrons are moving freely on their own, but current is not there because electrons are not moving in one direction only. Same number of electrons are moving in opposite direction. So net current, net charge motion is zero. So there is no net charge motion means current is zero. So current is not present in the case of the conductors without any electric field, without any potential difference. So in this case, if I take a battery terminals connected to the two ends of the conductor, then what happens? I am just giving the first brief description of this topic. That we are going into the equations and definition sets. What happens now? If I take this battery, symbol we take is two lines with unequal sizes. Bigger line indicates positive terminal, smaller line indicates negative terminal. High potential, low potential. Every battery specialty is that it provides a potential difference. Two terminals don't have the same potential. They have high potential and low potentials. When you have connected this to the conductor, then this end of the conductor is plus, this end of the conductor is minus. Okay. Then electric field is produced across the conductor. Electric field is produced across the conductor. Electric field is from plus to minus. So electric field is produced inside the conductor from plus to minus. This is the direction of electric field. Then electric field exerts a force on the charges. The formula we have for the force acting on the charges is F equal to QE. F is also equal to mass into acceleration. F is Newton's second law, F equal to ma. But already we discussed in the first topic that force acting on the charges placed electric field is F equal to QE. If it is a positive charge, force and electric field same direction. If it is a negative charge, force and electric field opposite directions. Okay, F equal to QE is a force vector. So you get the acceleration from this, F equal to QE by M. This is the acceleration of the charging particle in the electric field. Electric field is produced because of the potential difference of the battery. And the E are interrelated. How they are interrelated? If the length of the conductor is say D, E and B related for the electric field and potential difference related. Previous topic already we discussed that E is equals to V by D. Depending on the distance, D is the length of the conductor we can take. And this V is the voltage or potential difference providing the batteries. E is electric field produced. Okay. So whenever the battery is applied, potential difference produces electric field. Electric field produces a force on the charges, and then due to that you get the acceleration of the charges. So charges are accelerating. In what direction? The charges are electrons. Conductor. In the case of the conductors, charges that will move only electrons, not positive charges. They are negative charges. Electrons are moving out, and from outermost atom they will go freely from one atom to other atom, not inner orbits easily. So outermost atom electrons move in one previously randomly moving. Now what happens is the electrons exercise a force. This is Q equal to minus E, E by M. So they will get the acceleration of the electrons is negative sign indicates that coupled with the electric field. Electric field opposite side negative charges. So the positive charges means in the direction of electric field. Charge Q equal to minus E for electron charge. Therefore, acceleration is negative means opposite to electric field increases. M is the mass of the electron. Okay, that is a constant mass. Electric field here is in the diagram right side. So electrons flow in the opposite directions. Now all electrons experience force in the same direction. So resultant current is produced. Current now direction is the electron direction. Okay. And this electrons produce a current from minus to plus. Electrons produce a current from minus to plus. But that means what current direction is supposed to be taken from minus to plus is like this. IE. I is the symbol taken for the current. But this is not taken as a current direction, actual current direction. Practically, theoretically, we are going to discuss later that current is not from minus to plus. Minus indicates what low potential. Plus indicates what high potential. Okay, so now what charges are moving in one direction means what current is there. Okay, only one direction they are traveling or current is there. And this current is from low potential to high potential. But if you compare in nature if you take two objects with the different temperatures in contact, one is say 100 degree centigrade object you have taken, another one is say 20 degree centigrade object you have taken. In contact you take. When you get in contact, heat is transferred from one object to other object based on only temperature difference. Temperature is compared to the voltages for the charges for the capacitor, etc. We discussed that from high potential to low potential charges move. Here from high temperature to low temperature heat moves. Heat is transmitted, travels. So heat is transmitted from high temperature to low temperature object. How long until they get the equal temperature? Comes some equilibrium temperature we call. But whatever. Here heat is transmitted from high to low, high temperature to low temperature. In case you take any object from at some height from the ground, and at this point it has a potential energy equal to mg h1. This height I have taken as h1. Then if release it, what happens? It moves from this place to this place downwards. Here the potential energy is equals to mg h2. H2 is the height of this point. After if you release any object, it always travels from more height to less height. Means from more potential energy to low potential energy. Every object tries to possess a minimum potential energy. Here traveling from high to low. Here also object is moving from high to low. If you take water from some height, water flows easily on its own from more height to less height. What is the difference? Here potential energy is more, here potential energy is less. So water always flows from more potential energy point to low potential energy point. Okay, that means that everything is trying to travel in nature from high to low. But here electrons are going from low potential to high potential, reverse that nature process. So what is done is the electron motion is called as electron current. It's called as electron current. But that is not taken as a convenience sake, so we take the reverse approach and we call it as a conventional current. This is called as a convention. For convenience sake, we take it conventional current. Conventional current is not in the direction of electron motion. Actually, electrons are moving. So conventional current direction is taken opposed to the electron motion. It is the direction of electric field only. So where we are using the current direction without mentioning anything, current direction means that is opposed to the electron flow wave always. Now this current direction is from which direction to which point is high potential to low potential. So it is already moving from plus to minus. But actually there are no particle is moving in the conductor from plus to minus. Okay. In the case of the conductors, current is only because of electrons motion, and its current is electron motion is opposed to the conventional current basis. But what if you have taken non-conductor? Non-conductor. I have taken a liquids or electrolytes. It's like if you water you mix with the HCl, H and Cl plus minus ions will be separated. You mix with sodium chloride salt, sodium and chlorine separated, sodium plus chlorine minus. So that is water becomes electrolyte now. You can mix H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Okay, plus 2 minus 2. That ions will be separation takes place. If you pass the current, positive ions move one direction, negative ions move opposite direction. Then what you do? In the case of the conductors, only electrons are in motion. Conduction current is opposite to electron motion. Okay, but in case if you take the electrolytes, if you take the electrolyte, this is a plus and minus 2 terminals, conductors, 2 wires connect to the battery and put it to the electrolytes. And electrolyte will be the plus ions, minus ions. So if you take the HCl mixed with water, no, HCl. Plus 2 minus 2. Positive and minus. Okay. This is plus and minus. In this case, this positive ions. Positive is a plus and minus. Electric field is produced in this electrolyte from plus to minus. This is electrolyte. Electric field is from plus to minus. This is the direction of electric field inside this. Between these conductors only, actually, not outside. In this case, what happens now? Electrons will be flowing, means negative charges will be moving from minus to plus. This direction of negative charges. But positive charges will move in the direction of electric field. Direction of positive charges. So here, if Q is plus, acceleration means velocity direction also, same direction as acceleration, in the direction of electric field. And when charge is negative, opposite to electric field is the direction of acceleration. So electrons travel opposite the electric field, positive charges travel in the direction of the electric field. Then what is the direction of conventional current? Conventional current direction is taken always opposite to electron flow only. In this case also means what is the direction of positive charges. So conventional current direction is nothing but it is the direction of current, okay, of the positive charges in motion. So you indicate direction of positive charges, whether they are present or not present also. That is the direction of positive charges. Means current is required, some charges are removing, but current direction always conventional current direction. Always take in the direction of the positive charges that can move in the particular directions. So here, but both are moving here, then how to calculate the direction? We are going to discuss in the formulas. We will take the total charge, total current as the sum of the two currents here. Previously, if electrons are traveling, for example here, some 10 electrons are traveling to the right side. 10 electrons are traveling to the right side, and 10 electrons traveling to the left side. Both negative. Net current is 0 because equal number. In case if not equal to 10 to the right side and 5 to the left side, then you have to take the net current as a sum of these two currents, but now opposite direction we take it as a minus. So minus of minus becomes equal to plus. The result is 10 minus 10. Minus of minus is plus 5. The result can be direction of the large number only always. So large number is this. I am talking about the electron current. Large number is this. These electrons are going to the left side, but conventional current we take is equals to opposite the electron flow. These electrons are going right side 10 number. This direction of conventional current. Conventional current. Okay, but conventional current is how much now? It is nothing but equal to magnitude. If you want to take up now, it is going to be 10e minus of this also negative one. This minus of minus is plus. Opposite direction is minus. Plus 5 means you get minus 5 electrons. That is electron current direction. But opposite that we take is the conventional current direction. So you get the conventional current direction is equal to 5 times e related to electron. Opposite minus indicates opposite direction also. So for conductors, only electrons are providing the current. For electrolyte, both positive and negative charges can provide the current. Total current is sum of the two currents you have to take. This number, positive ion number plus negative ion number, total charges you have to consider both together. This is already opposite side. Opposite is plus. So minus of minus if you take, it becomes equal to this opposite direction itself is minus. So minus of minus becomes equal to plus. You have to take the resultant is plus addition only we have to take here. The result is added here. Here result is subtracted. Okay. And this total current is nothing but equal to I total is nothing but equal to current I equal to I positive charges plus I negative charges. Sum of the two currents will be. Same thing applicable for the gas chambers. You take the tube lights. Inside you will get the gas, small amount of gas. Vacuum is created first and little amount of carbon gas is inserted generally. Lead bulb is also organic gas, but light bulb no ionization of the gas takes place. Filament will be heated by current. That electric current heats the filament, and hot filament produces the light. Okay, red hot filament of high melting point filament metal produces light for us. So electric current is converted into light energy. There is no ionization of the gas, but here tube light gas, this discharge tube is also called as. In this small amount of gas is produced, and electrons travel with high voltage produced by the choke and capacitor starter. Then high voltage is produced that makes the electron to jump from one tube to other. Initially, mercury vapors are also present. Small amount of mercury is kept inside, that will be heated first. So people won't start immediately because it has to heat the mercury vapors first. The mercury vapors are heated, means filament will be heated and this will be heated first. That will be heated and heats the mercury vapors. Mercury vapors vaporization makes the conduction from one end to other end. During this process, they collide with the argon gases and also produce the light. But major is because of the ionization of the mercury vapors only. This mercury vapors ionization produces ultraviolet rays which is not visible to us. The white coating called as the fluorescent coating, zinc sulfide or barium sulfide, that converts ultraviolet ray to invisible black light. It's also called as ultraviolet ray into visible light to us because of that fluorescent coating. So it's called fluorescent tube. CFL means compact fluorescent tube, that also has a white coating inside, zinc sulfide coating. That is also same as compact and small size. But what is happening here? Whenever these ions here, positive and negative ions are possible from these gases inside present, along with the mercury. So these ions, positive and negative ions, don't travel in the same direction. Of course, here we have AC. We're talking about the DC. And DC means current only in one direction. AC means the charges don't go anywhere. They just oscillate, exhibiting the simple harmonic motion in the case of AC current. But here, we are discussing here in the term of the DC. You take the discharge tube like a tube line, you take and high voltage is applied with the plus or minus. Electric field is produced from plus to minus. Plus minus between these two get connected with the high voltage battery. We can imagine and imagination. And high voltage battery to be connected means potential difference is V. The length of the tube is B. Then electric field produced is E equal to V by D, applicable here also. The electric field is from plus to minus. The electrons will flow in upward direction. Electrons collide with the atoms. And some atoms lose the electrons. Losing electrons gets positive charges, means positive ions will form. So inside the gas, this is a gas, any gas or air. Generally it is low pressure. Low pressure is few number of particles will be taken. So whenever this collide with the atoms will be excited state, they will go and produce the light for us. Okay, leaving that. For us important is the ions. So losing electron gets the positive ion, and electron attached to any other atom that gets the negative ions. So we have the electron motion, negative ion motion, positive ion motion. Electrons, negative ion move in the same direction. Positive ions move in the opposite direction. The one which are also called electrons. So electrons going left side means positive charges will go right side, plus Q, and this is going to be minus Q right, traveling in opposite direction. Condition same as that of the electrolytes. The electrolytes and gases. Current is because of the positive and negative ions. Total current is the sum of the two currents. For conductors, current is because the electrons only. Okay, total current, if any electron traveling opposite, total current is nothing but equal to difference of the two currents you have to take. Same charges if you have taken is difference of two charges you have to take the total current calculation purposes. But only for electrons and gases, hydrogen gases, you take the sum of the two currents. One more thing is semiconductor is also there. Materials basically electric field, electric properties. We have the three types. One is conductors. Two is insulators. Three is semiconductors. Conductors, electrons are losing out the atom and in some autonomous quantity easily move from one atom to other atom without applying any electric battery also. They are able to move. In insulators, in the insulators, electrons are strongly bound to the nucleus. They cannot move freely from one atom to other atom. Even if you apply the electric field, they cannot move freely in the sense which means we have to rub them to move the charges. Okay, so electric current is not possible if you take the insulators. Conductors, we talked about discharge tube. In the discharge tube, charges are moving means it is also considered as a conductor only. Earth is also the conductor of electricity, and electrolyte is also conductor only. Electrolyte, even ionized gases also conductors only we consider as. Okay, but their properties are not same as a perfect conductor. So we are going to discuss that later. They do not follow a particular laws, but Ohm's law they don't follow. Only conductors can follow. Means metals only can follow. Next is insulators don't follow that law called as Ohm's law, we discuss later. But insulators are strongly bound to the nucleus. If you take the plastic rod, this is steel, and potential difference of a cross edge, then automatically electric field is produced from plus to minus. E equal to V by R. Same condition as conductors, but electrons cannot move freely unless the electric field is very large enough. How much enough is called dielectric strength reached. Whenever the dielectric strength is reached, then only electrons can be forced to travel from one end to other. Here it is a plus, it is a minus. So plastic also starts conducting. It is a plastic rod, glass rod it can be. Plastic general case is not a conductor, but it is also conductor when high voltage is reached. When what is high voltage is related to the dielectric strength of this particular material, depending on the distance d. So depending on that, if it is air is the dielectric strength for the air, if it is tube is there, gas is there, dielectric strength of the air we have taken is that they equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 6 volt per meter. Is the dielectric strength of the air. That means if the voltage is 3 into 10 to the power of 6, 3 million volts is there, and the length between the two electrodes is 1 meter, then electrons are forced to travel according to the air also. That means air starts becomes a conductor. The air starts is conductor. So here for any plastic also, any glass also, it becomes a conductor for high electric fields. But charges are only electrons, not the positive charges. Electrons only produce conductors, but they do not obey Ohm's law like we discussed earlier. They don't obey Ohm's law, and they are insulators. Insulators, general cases, they do not conduct electricity. Okay. But we have the semiconductors. Semiconductors means half properties of the conductors, half properties of the insulators. They are intermediate. At low temperature, very close to absolute zero kelvins, minus 223.5, approximately minus 250 degrees centigrade. The semiconductor behaves like the insulators. But at room temperature, high temperature, they behave like conductors. So they are intermediate between these two conductors and insulators. In these semiconductors, we have the positive charges called as the holes, and negative charges are nothing but equal to electrons. So for semiconductors also, the total current is sum of the two currents because the holes and electrons. Holes are empty spaces actually. They behave like a positive charges, same as the electron charge, but positive charge. Electron holes travel in opposite directions. Net current is sum of the two currents. And for the semiconductors, we have a separate topic also for us. Okay, but in this topic, we are going to discuss current related to the ions also, semiconductors also, conductors also. Okay. Electric current. Let the definition is. What is electric current is? The flow of the charges in a particular direction. Flow of the charge in a particular direction per second. Charge flowing per second in a particular direction is called as electric current. Charge means electric charge. Charge flowing per second. In particular or specific is called as electric current. This particular direction is not compulsory. You can simply say charge flowing per second. The general definition is in conductor we call it as a charge flowing per second in a conductor in a particular direction is called as electric current. You can also call this in a conductor also, but whether conductor or not also, definition is same only actually. In a particular direction is called as an electric current. So this is the formula how we take is electric current is nothing but equal to, we are going to use the term only current here now because we are discussing only with the electric charges in motion. So current I is nothing but equal to charge flowing, charge symbol is Q, by in what time it is traveling across any path point of the conductor. That is a time, charge by time. So means current is nothing but the ratio of the charge and time. Charge is scalar, time is a scalar, current is also a scalar quantity. Even though we mentioned direction, arrows and direction, still it is taken as a scalar, not a vector quantity. Next is, you can also write this as I equal to Q by T. This is a basic formula. Okay, any cross section if it is passing, how much the charge is passing, the length is. So fraction of the charge taken is within a short interval of time if you take up, there will be a limit. That means current is not constant, it's variable. In such case, we take the at instant, instantaneous current. Instantaneous current means delta terms, we take limit conditions. If charge delta Q pass a point, pass to a point or point, can take out as a point or a cross section. small delta p diameter. Then instantaneous current. T is equals to limit delta t tends to 0, delta q minus delta t. You can also take as dq by dt differential. This is applicable for variable currents. The current is not at an instant particular time of the current wave, considered as an instantaneous current. To a point or to a cross section also we can call it. To a point or this definition will not be asked. This is the your examination definition, but for the interview. And properties of the current. SI unit of the current is amperes. You will be on of the scientist by ampere. That will be discussed again in the next class. Also, other units we can take is charge by time. Current is a scalar. The remaining property is the next class.